Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to eSports Report. Shout out to all the awesome people DMing with information, lots of different stuff in my DMs, so many different players just giving opinions and whatnot. You guys are awesome, thank you. But for now, after all the roster mania, or the mini roster mania at least,
talk about some of the rosters now.
Been settled, exactly. Going into X Games, we're going to take a look at some of the teams which you guys should be keeping your eyes out for. The first team I'm excited to talk about because there's a lot to say. It's Team Kaliber.
Yep, TK. Obviously, we know the roster. It's going to consist of Sharp, Goon, Parasite, and Nameless. Sharp, the captain for this team, going to be looking for him to go big at X Games.
Yeah, he needs to play very well. Of course, Team Kaliber is an organization, silver medalists last year. Goonjar, Parasite, and Nameless. I'm excited because Goonjar's coming off the back of a good event, probably his best event on AW. Question for me, Parasite, how well is he going to play? Take a look at Sharp. Individual statistics, of course, you know him as an X Games silver medalist. That objective-based role, you see him switch it up though from time to time. Pick up that bow, try and play for some kills. His Season 2 stats though, Matt, he's 0.97 KD. His S&D KD is 0.87. Slayer rating just at 26.25.
Yeah, struggling a little bit all across the board. Season 2.
His CTF KD is at 0.92 as well.
Yeah, not the best numbers at Sharp, especially because, you know, it says OBJ, but he's been switching over running the bow a little bit more recently. So, you know, those are numbers not typical of an AR.
You'd expect a couple more kills. Of course, he has traditionally struggled online. Moved into the TK house. I believe he's no longer in the TK house. I think he's playing from home.
Oh, really?
I believe so. I may be incorrect. May still be at the house.
Yeah.
Other accolades, 2010 Call of Duty National Champion. He's been around for a very, very long time, despite only being 22 years of age. Also, just a wonderful person to have.
Oh, Sharp's the man. One of the best people in Call of Duty that I've met. Just a fantastic guy. Goon. Let's talk about Goon. Goon's the player I want to talk about.
Okay.
Been really inconsistent, up and down, the entirety of Season 2. You see his stats right there. 0.95 overall KD, 0.92 in S&D, a 26.13 in the Slayer department, 0.78 uplinks per game, 0.55 first bloods. He has a positive CTF KD though with a 1.01. Those are numbers like the CTF is like the numbers like I guess an AR should have, like probably a little bit higher. Like everything else, like another struggle. I mean, even with a less Slayer rating than Sharp, and we were like not happy with his.
Yeah, again, Goonjar's had a pretty inconsistent I want to say. Like his whole year, his season especially, has been up and down. But again, X Games silver medalist, looking to try and one-up that this year, that's for sure. I think Goon X Games is going to have a good event. I think that's going to be probably his best event will be X Games. I think he's going to step up to the occasion. But looking at the rest of his team, we've got Parasite coming in as the third player we're going to highlight for Team Kaliber. Season 2 overall KD is a 1.01. His S&D KD a 1.2, and his CTF a 1.01. So he's positive across the board in every single game type. His Slayer rating 26.72, uplinks per game 2.76, first blood 0.62. Now the big question for me is, as great as those stats are comparative to his teammates, what is the communication, what is the teamwork going to be like for the squad?
That's kind of the big question mark going in X Games. How well this team is going to work together. First time competing at X Games.
Weird to say, right? You wouldn't have thought a player of his caliber.
Who was he on last year at X Games?
Call of Duty World Champion. X Games?
And what team was he playing with at the time?
Oh, it was Season 2. Parasite in Season 2. Was it Curse? The Curse squad? No.
No.
No. That's a great question.
Who was he on before FaZe?
This is really going to annoy me now.
Who was Parasite on before FaZe? Was he on? No, Envy was there.
Envy was there.
But he wasn't.
Was this when he didn't have a team? Because it was a Stunning
Ghost. This might have been when he didn't have a team.
It was a Stunning Ghost where he didn't have a team, but I think that was towards the end. But anyway, it's his first X Games, which is all that matters. So he's going to be playing with a little bit of fire. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Like, for me, that whole team chemistry, that's the question mark for me. It's Parasite. How does the TK players kind of react to that? We've seen them kind of struggle. Of course, the last player on this squad is going to be Nameless. Oh, he was benched.
Oh, right.
That's why. He was benched. Nameless, the last player. 0.97 respawn KD, 0.99 in both CTF and Search and Destroy, 26.04. Uplinks per game, 2.03. First blood, 0.4. It says AR Slayer, but really does a little bit of everything. Finished 4th with Envious in 2014 at X Games, so one outside of the medals. Going to be looking to try and finish in the medals this year. Again, this team is just a team I'm not sold on fully.
Yeah, no, neither am I. I mean, we talked about the accolades for Nameless. I mean, he's done a lot in the past so far in AEW. Kind of been up and down. Now, a little bit. Rocky, it's his first team off of Envy in a very long time. So, kind of jump and ship, kind of a little bit of an adjustment period. But still, they haven't, has not been the best.
I mean, he won the Season 3 championship with Envious and Call of Duty Ghost. Also, Gfinity 3 champion as well. So, definitely has what it takes to win. But, again, like, this TK team, I just feel like that just thrive with issues.
Yeah, tons of issues with TK. And we have like some full season performance, like their review.
Okay.
How they did. Obviously, they finished 21-23, an 83-92 map record, good for a 47 map win percentage. They are
below even.
Yeah, they traded for Parasite and Nameless, obviously mid-season. They'll finish 8th. Last 10 games, they were 6-4. Best season 2 game mode, Search and Destroy, 33-26 record. Worst season 2 game mode, Hardpoint, 16-27. You can see that that's why. I mean, they struggle to slice so hard.
Now, what worries me is knowing that X Games is going to be a best of 7 map. So that immediately changes up a lot of things. Obviously, you're only going to be playing CTF once. It looks as if CTF was one of the better game modes. They're only going to have one of those in the best of 7. Going to be playing 2 Hardpoints. I think they're pretty much going to struggle a lot. Even online, obviously, you can take a look at those stats and be like, oh, they're just online. Don't take too much into it. But I still think...
I mean, their first match was Stop Gaming.
Perez.
It's going to be a struggle.
It's going to be a big struggle. A very, very big struggle. Because that 2 Hotpoint games you're just not going to win.
Yeah.
Which is weird because earlier on in the year, it was like TKOG kind of seemed to be going neck and neck. TK beat Optic Gaming. Optic beat them. Game 5, thrilling games. Now, I just don't think it's going to be the same.
There ain't no chance.
Yeah.
There ain't no chance. Some things to look out for TK going into X Games. I mean, their morale and stability. I mean, how are they going to be able to kind of coexist as a team going into X Games?
I think they already know team changes are happening.
Are they all on the same page? No.
I don't think so.
Right.
I feel like certain players look at other players on the team and like, oh, well, you're getting dropped after X Games. Like, ha ha ha. But at the end of the day, you have to put that aside and be like, this is X Games, man. Like, I'm playing for an X Games medal. That's pretty cool. Especially the guys that have already been there and played.
If this roster gets a medal, do they stay together?
No.
No. So you think no way?
I honestly don't think it matters what they do.
Beating OG in a best of 7, that's going to be a tough one.
That's almost impossible.
Parasite, his first time competing at X Games. Very talented player, obviously. One of the most talented players in Call of Duty. How does it kind of sit with him at X Games? Like, is he going to be, excited? Is he going to, like if they lose the first map to OG, is he going to freak out, like, on his teammates? Like, you don't know.
Probably. He's one of those players who, like, for me, he's the key to this team. Simply because it comes down to his attitude.
Right.
Not necessarily his play style. He needs to be consistent, of course. Needs to be dropping big numbers. But if his attitude isn't on point at X Games, there is no way this team even stands a chance. Because he can implode a team by himself. Like, he can just completely explode.
I think there's a lot of pressure on him to, like, carry this team. Like, if they are going to beat anybody in a best of 7, like, he's going to have to go off for 4 maps.
Yeah.
He's going to have to, like... And if that's not, like, soon in a series, or, like, early, like, if he goes off in a game and they don't win it, like, they could get... Like, this team could be, like, a team get, like, 4-0'd.
Scary to say.
Who will be the first team ever to get 4-0'd?
I could see it being his first matchup, to be honest with you. You look at it, like...
It has all the makings.
It does. It really does. That's a look at, of course, Team Kaliber. As you said, Parasite really one of the players you need to
for me, he's the player to look out for this team, Parasite.
I think he's so important for the roster. He needs to have a good attitude come X Games because ultimately, players like Sharp and Gunjar, they know what it's like to be in the grand final of X Games. Both silver medalists lost there. To Optic, who they play first.
Yeah.
So pressure's going to be on. Of course, Nameless finished outside of the medals last year with 4th place. I can see things happening with this team if they just don't explode, but that's the thing. I think that it's already happened, right? I think they already know team changes are coming. So are they on the same page? Nope.
No, I don't think so either. I think this team's one that's kind of in shambles right now.
I agree. For now, guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, we're going to take a look at Team Envious as their team profile. Be right back.